folks, welcome back for another episode of Schwaaard's Follies, and this is Gauntlet Monday. Wish there was alliteration to be had there, but there certainly is not, so we're just going to move on. This is our Gauntlet run. Singleton is the name of the game. We are not allowed to have Siege of Stras Makai, Morokai, the Deathless, or the Set's Masterwork, so you are forbidden from using the Singleton awesome cards, but you can use pretty much everything else. So I was trying to think of what's a Singleton deck that doesn't get a whole lot of love. And I'm sure there's a bunch out there, probably much better constructed than this one, but I figured neutral was the way to go. But as you can see, it is called my Neutrality Fallacy deck because I'm pretty sure we're going to go 0-3. And if we do, don't worry, we're going to watch some other people who are better at deck building play the game. So if we come up with a big goose egg for the wins, which I highly anticipate, then Kesharon we'll watch some better folks. But we might be able to squeak out a win, and if we do, that's only 99 wins left to get our Centurion title. So this is the list. As you can see, we do have Poopstone on here. Gotcha. If you fell for that, you must be new to the channel because everybody knows we do not run Poopstone. Now, even when you are running neutral deck and you're starving for a win, you do not call upon the RNG bastardization that is Poopstone. Just absolutely not. So that is missing here, as is of course Workshop. We're not even really heavy in Dwemer. We have some Dwemer, but we weren't going for a Dwemer theme. We're just looking to as many cards that I could think of that changes the board state as our opponent would see it. So items, as many actions as we can get, silences, anything in there that can alter it in our favor to kind of catch them by surprise. And that's pretty much what we got. And then just some big bodies. There's also just some big stuff. But that's it. That's our list. And we have Night Brother. I have actually, on a previous account, or my other account, I've gotten about 55 neutral wins with a deck that is, it's a kind of a control-y deck. It's designed to last for the long game. And and a lot of times you get the win just by changing things up, in a way that the opponent doesn't know what to expect. So it's really about initial board control. It's like usually it was like, man, if I was up against an aggro deck, it wasn't an insta win, but it was pretty likely because I had a bunch of stuff to heal. I don't have all that stuff in here this time. I can't even tell you exactly what really was there a philosophy behind this. I pretty much was like, I need to do this video, and I knew I wanted to do neutral, and so I just I had to filter. There were some cards where it's like they only bent like consume. There's that 1/3/2 gal that it's a great effect, but you have to be able to consume her, and I didn't have anything to consume to help consumer, so I had to pass on that. So yeah, things like Night to Remember. Night to Remember with Slaughterhouse spawning, maybe, and crank out a bunch of them. We'll see. But it does mean we're a little light. I think our curve is pretty decent, but we are, as most decks are, when you're doing Singleton, you only have but so many 1-drops, 2-drops, etc. to pull from. Neutral, you could argue, has even less than most. All right. But we do have our Enraged Mudcrab. I'm not sure if we want to be, we're going to try to play this one a little more defensively. I don't think our opponent's going to expect that. I don't really know what he's playing either. That this looks like it may be a defensive thing as well. But in the past, when I've tried to go aggro, try to race opponents with this deck, it does not go well. And yeah, I think that is going to be the case here. So we are going to get this down. The great thing with Singleton, obviously you've got. So it's interesting. So when you know what you've got to work with, it doesn't feel like you're handicapped too much. But when your opponent only has one Edict of Azura, only has one of any card, and once they play that, you're good to go. So we'll go ahead and play this out as well. So we're just kind of taking our time at the moment. We will probably Night to Remember if they stay alive, because I think that's just going to spawn. It'll give us 4 of them, right? And then we might just go aggro. If we can do that. We'll absolutely go aggro. But I think our opponent's trying to get rid of our Bardigar. Who goes there? Is not. If that's all he's... Okay. All right. So we are going to...
A few drinks, a few laughs, and a contest.
Okay, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. You gotta love it. All right. You can't silence my that guy now. That ended up being a bit of a bummer for us. I thought, I don't know why it's in action, right? You were probably all saying it. You were probably yelling at your screen, no, why? All right, so our opponent is definitely not aggro either. And he is, we got some heavy prophecy and, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that.
I'll fight to my last breath.
You could argue the intelligence of that particular move, but I'm just shaking and moving. We're just gonna try to do some things. Obviously, there's that one edict. So our opponent spent an edict. So we have late game, folks. We do have late game, and our opponent is going to discover that very soon. All right, we're gonna go Mud Crab Merchant. See what that is. The one little bit of RNG.
Read my lips. The mouth paw.
We're willing to go with. We're gonna hold on to Barbas. He might be useful later on. We'll just do Slaughterfish again. Oh gosh darn it, it's on to action. Oh gosh, man, 4 cost for a. That's just embarrassing. All right, so we will never be. We will try to forget the night to remember that we spent with a Slaughterfish. They're about as jerky as you could expect. All right, so if we can. Well, here's the problem. We want to clear this off, which we could do with Dragon Aspect, but we can't clear off. But so one of them is going to get a buff if we do it that way, unless Barbas comes to our rescue. But even and then we can do. No, we can't. We don't have enough for Dragon Aspect. Son of a gun. All right. So we're just going to make it a guard. The random Daedra, I'm not. Let's see. We'll go ahead and grab. Actually, we're going to grab Slaughterfish just because. We're not happy with how Slaughterfish has been behaving. All right, so our Wilds Incarnate, our Goofy Moose, is going to get 0 value at this point. Our opponent has gone a little heavy.
For honor and glory.
We can Goldbrand next turn to take care of that if he puts a guard down or does something that is going to thwart our Mudcrab Merchant from his goal. Our opponent does not do that. So we know we can have a Javelin. So I'm going to hold off on Clockwork. Because I want to try to bait it, you know, the whatever removal he's got left. I want to make sure my Clockwork stays alive. If I can, that's my goal. Because I am needing a little bit of. Okay, so Mute is very good for our opponent. Unfortunately, not great for us. All right, so he's turtling up as well. Do we go ahead and get aggressive? We can Dwarven Colossus next turn. You know what?
I'll rip you apart.
Okay, now we are tied in health. We've got our Goldbrand down. He's already used an Edict, so he can Shadowfen it. Which would suck, but he would also get a Shadowfen out. Okay. Call Dragon. Even I'm not running that, and I'm running mono neutral. Yeah. All right. Well.
I'll rip you apart.
Let's go ahead with this. And do we want to? Is it 2 damage? We're gonna go ahead and start damaging that. We don't want to give him too many cards. I mean, he's got 7 to work with, so you could argue that we should just be going face because it doesn't matter. But I'm trying to avoid it. Hopefully, if it, okay, there's the. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's fun. So he's just a ton of removal.
Barbarian.
His face, Adoring Fan comes down because he's adorable. So this does 4. So that does take out this guy. And then we've got our... I want to use Horned Helm and Shadowmere together. So we're going to go ahead and put this down there. And that down there. And like I said, we'll hold on to our charge. That's 3 damage we can do from hand. So it's like a crushing blow. Okay. All right, he's targeting our wilds and nope, there he goes. Targeting that. Okay, he's going to take 1 damage there. Like I said, I knew he was going to be targeting that down. Okay. Good bit of shouts for our opponent there. Hopefully he doesn't have... Okay, there's a dud. Let's see. Okay, we did get our horse armor, which is awesome. But that is not what we need to finish this off. It does 6 damage. That does damage as well, but we're going to be taking 9 to the face. That is not what we want. So we are going to... let's see, what are we going to do here? We can drag an aspect to get one of the... Because, I mean, our opponent is threatening lethal at this point. All right, we're going to put... we're going to do this just to get it out of here. We've only got... We can only use it once per turn. So we're going to use it on him just... Yeah. Oh, I guess I could have held on to it then. All right, so we still have the 3. We're going to give horse armor to... well, we've already... Everything's premium already. Screw it. We'll hold on to the horse armor. We'll give it to Shadowmere. Well, we can't. If we do that, we're BMing. If we win. If we're... I mean, it's at least a close game. You know, however it plays out. I mean, again, our opponent has cast into times, piercing javelins. If our 2 guards go, then we're dead. Dead on board. So yeah, that was a mistake. Actually, I'm just realizing that now. Okay, we are spared a turn.
If you need someone to cheer you on.
The bummer is, any guard is going to screw us pretty much. Crushing blow also does bad things to us. There's that javelin. So we're going to have to use Shadowmere just to stay alive. So hopefully we've got... Uh-oh. What other nefarious thing is our opponent going to play?
You must be cleansed.
Okay. I mean, it has had all the answers for us. Ooh. Can't risk it. Can't risk it. Would love to play Parthenax right now, but...
Time to die, weakling.
And time to shut up, jerkface. Sorry, just 0 tolerance for that nonsense. Let's see. So Shadowmere with... And just because we can... Haha. Alright. So you can do 7... if he's got Dawnbreaker, that's only 11, so we're still good there. What we'd like to see is Odahviing. Okay, that works too. I'm trying to think if there's anything in these colors that can actually finish it off this turn. You'd think with a boast like that he's got the game locked down on this turn, but he doesn't. So Ivory Reap Z23. Okay. We want to do this to draw a card. See what our options are. Well, that means we can't play Parthenax. Oh, old salty. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Nah, it's not going to work. It's going to be close, though. Old salty, we're going to get him down to... We're going to get the Mud Crab Ankle Snapper down to 1. Or down to 2. There we go. Oh, well. It was a well-played game, well-fought game, I have to say. I mean, it's amazing. And, of course, why would I expect anything better from Ivy Reap? You have 0 class, sir. 0 class. You shrug those things off. But you feel it. You feel it before you shrug it. Now that's something that you just do. Well, yeah. Ideally, like, you get to the point where you can ignore things and, like, genuinely ignore them. I've mentioned this before. There's a difference between ignoring something and pretending you don't hear it. Pretending you don't hear something doesn't do you any good. You have to actually be able to ignore it. And a lot of times you can do that, but when it's kind of a one-off, like you're not expecting somebody to just be a random jerk, like, wow, like, you're that guy. Now we did include Geo because we have stuff like Dwarven Dynamo and things to make him a worthwhile trader. The problem is he's not great vanilla. Like playing him as a 1-drop, not ideal. So you know what we're gonna do, because loot does give us.
I am a redeemer. I am Geob.
That's right, Geob. Where are the others? Good old Jack Geob. All right, so he cannot be silenced. You cannot silence the mighty Geob. Can he be nuked? Not well. Fell the mighty if I get him big enough, I guess. Okay, speaking of which, 3/3. That will be big enough. All right, Geob. It's time for you to become a redeemer, buddy. Oh, wait. That'll make him a 4. No, it doesn't. Oh, yes. Geob. Geob does the Geob thing. Oh, wait, could I have attacked with him? Could I have attacked with him? No. I think it just transformed him. Nice. See what I'm saying about the card art, though? Like, you don't... He looks better. Oh, wow. He can be targeted by action. So, and oh, my gosh. This is just one of those days. 5 cards and our opponent's got the immediate. Yeah, that's fun. All right, screw it. I'm not in the mood for control. We're just going face. Charge. You could say I'm being reckless. That's jack up Geob like that. Let's see. You know what? Night to Remember on. That feels like a bad way to do that, though. So let's. We can do Night to Remember and either Horned Helm or Crushing Blow. Let's do Crushing Blow. Get that out of here. And we punch face with that. We Night to Remember that. We give Barbas a little bit of beef. And there we go. We're doing all right. Shifting gears into aggro. We'll see. Our opponent's got a ton of cards, so it's going to be a question of whether or not we can. Soul Burst probably shouldn't be in here. We don't have enough unique legendaries. Yeah. We'll just hold on to that for a second. But yeah, this is a dead card, even in the best of times. Well, I guess once Barbas goes, this will be a 12 cost now. We can actually use it. So there we go. We do well. How does that work with the Adoring Fan? I wonder. Like the first time he gets killed, is that it? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, Venom Tongue, not Scourge. That's not great. All right, so we're gonna play this first, and we'll give it lethal. Oh wait, you know what? Yeah, because we want to get through guards. And then we'll throw down Reflective Automaton.
What did you expect?
Oh, nice. The ambusher. All right, so we are going to lose our little bit of board here. We've got a little bit of reach with the Horned Helm. We've got some other reach in here. Some other items. Weapons, if you will. But right now, it looks like everything's going to bite the dust. And he's still going to have that 4/1 guard there if he plays it that way.
Die.
All right, we got a Dwarven Spider. That's cool. That's what I mean. I mean, the deck is not... Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. And he's going to kill that just to get the life. So, yeah, that really not fun. But he's giving us a card. Yeah. We could have played him over on the left and taken out Nahagleave, but I'm not too pressed on that at the moment. I think our opponent's like, what the heck is that? Oh, so it does count. You see that. Okay, so our Soul Burst went down by 1, and we might actually need it. Ooh. Oh. We would have had it. We would have had lethal last turn if he hadn't gotten that. Ah, gosh darn it. All right, so I'm going to put this there. I think Soul Burst is going to come into the scene 1 turn too late. We need one more turn. for Soul Burst to do its thing. And he's going to be able to, that's a 13, 16, 19. Okay, doesn't have you, well, if he hits me in the face, he gives us a nice, okay, he does. Oh, man. Oh, Dawnbreaker, if you were just, Dust Dawnfang, if you were the other way around. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Let's see, 13, 17, 20. Well, yeah, we're dead. Oh no, duh. Okay, so we survived that. And we're gonna... Okay. Let's see, that's 8, 14, 21. So we're alive. We can Soul Burst next turn. Never mind, we're dead. Oh, wait. No? Okay. Ooh. The bummer is it doesn't kill this guy. And if we kill that... Okay, well, he's just got everything. Goodness gracious. Okay, wow. Oh, for crying out loud. What is with everybody in the, oh, I've got this locked up, so I'm going to just be a jackass. Let's see. Banish a creature, deal 3 damage to all creatures. We'll banish that one because we don't... Oh, wait. We don't have it. Never mind. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There we go. So we got a Lyris Fatality. So we've come pretty close twice. If our opponent wasn't able to squish that one guy, we would have had it last turn. But like, I mean, I expected to go 0-3. You could argue that I'm not playing optimally. Yeah. And I cannot necessarily argue with you. I mean, but in theory, we should be able to switch. Like, this is not it's not a control deck. It's not a aggro deck. It's not even really a mid. It's just kind of meh. It's just random neutral cards, really. But, and I don't know what my other list pertained of, but obviously it's not a singleton. That's the difference. So with it not being a singleton, it has a lot more. You have access to a lot more of the weapons, and I don't have to throw in as many filler cards. But case raw. Hoping still to get that elusive win, and to come across an opponent with just that much class, just that much. I mean, so far we've just got the scum of the game. More's the pity. Let's see. All right. Come on. Not a good start. Not a good start.
Luck to your house.
That's not a good start either. And if this is aggro, we may just get crushed in the first 5 turns. No, it doesn't look like it. What, nobody's playing aggro in Singleton, apparently. That's just not a thing. What are you going to do? Well, probably not play Singleton neutral. But for anybody, this is going to be released 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. For anybody who has not done the Gauntlet run, I challenge you. I've actually won on a ladder game with, maybe it was casual. I think it was casual. Never mind. I don't want to exaggerate. It was a casual game with Night Mother. I actually won with it. I crap you not. All right. Unfortunately, Forceborn just gives us 0 value. I can think of some much better targets for Knife to Throat. But we don't have anything else to play at the moment. I mean, that's only a 2/4. So, yeah. Granted, we don't have a 5-drop to play either. It would be nice to have any one of our yeah. I don't know. As I talked when we did live at 5, I said there are days where the game clearly doesn't want you to play. And this is one of those days. And you realize that early on. I'm continuing to go through just to finish the Gauntlet run, but then that's why we're going to be switching over to spectating, because I'm not feeling good vibes from our TESL server bot, whatever the wow, okay, yep. let me feign surprise.
Time to take matters into my own hands.
I'm trying to think. Do we? I mean, yeah, we're just gonna lose this pretty handily. Just our draw was absolute garbage. We can do this, but I mean, look at our hand. It is the worst hand in the world. So we're gonna take 1 point of damage by doing damage to our opponents. Hopefully, at this point, they just finish it off quick. They seem to be a little bit slow, but I think once they realize we have 0 cards to play, like Frenzied Watchman would have been fine. The first, just as long as it's not a 1-1, you know what I'm saying? All right.
I smell the
Yeah,
stench
just
of
flooding the board there. We have very few comeback mechanics in here. Yeah. So this one will be the least close game. The other two were at least kind of fun. In the meantime, okay, this one's becoming a lot less. Well, it wasn't fun to begin with. Let's just not even. You know what? Screw it. We got a free 4 points. We got a prophecy. We might as well use it.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
Today you die.
It's the first thing that went right for us this entire game.
Stand together.
I'm trying to think of any possible. Nah, I don't see any way out of this. It's not what we want. We're just gonna go kind of all in on this side because this has got the most damage coming from it. So obviously our opponent can have
I am a hunter. I am a redeemer.
our opponent could have a silence.
I am
There's a couple more silence options, especially in those colors, of course. So
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
our guard may falter.
reckoning is at hand.
It would be ironic if this ended up being the game we won, but I just don't see that at this particular moment. We can buff up our Geode with this, though, if he survives. Granted, he's going to die to Lucien Lachance, unless we silence him. Ooh, we could have a pretty good next turn. Oh, son of a... We need a guard or something. We do have a Wiles Incarnate. Now, do we want to... It would be fun to get Geube. Or do we want to make this bigger? I mean, these can trade in. Well, no, we can't because I'm going to have the Knight to Remember him. So the only way to get that off the board, and if this survives, it's going to be 7 to the face. We have to. We can't do the fun thing. We've got to do the not fun thing.
A few drinks, a few laughs, and a contest. What could be better?
You know what, though? Oh, wait, duh. What was I thinking?
Morrowind.
And he makes him a 5/5 guard. Boom shakalaka. You may have been screaming at your screens the entire time, but yeah, that was, I just saw that almost too late. All right, so our opponent's going to get more cards. They've also got the Moose, of course. Why wouldn't they? Heavy sigh, heavy sigh. And there goes a silence, or, yeah, there's that. Okay.
Your blood stands forfeit.
Oh, we can silence our Moose.
Your death.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
Ooh, Soul Burst. I mean, yeah, we're pretty much just circling the drain right now. Yeah, we'll silence it. Makes it 5. There's some of our cool stuffs, but they got 9 in that lane. Is there any way we can destroy? No, we have to use what we've got just to... Well, screw it. And we'll go ahead and Mud Crab. This is for you, Honey Badger, if you see this. Boom, there you go. And so, I mean, it ended up having a bunch of little quirks in it. Please, Hobbs Winchester, restore my faith in the ladder and just, please, yes, just finish it off. Thank you. I will give you a good game just for being a decent human being. My goodness gracious. All right, so, like I said, kind of what I expected. There was a little part of me when we were keeping up with our opponents in those first 2 games. And then even when we had that, if we didn't have that big body seducer coming down, But we get some nice rewards. Like, even with 0 wins, you get a pack of cards. Hey, you spent a ticket. You got to get a little loving. All right, so here we are at. Where are we? Okay, all right. Yep, we definitely got some time. Let's go ahead and do some spectating. If anybody else is playing, Endozoa, good old Endozoa. For those who don't know, Happily was able to friend Endozoa at who was it? Was it Honey Badger? Io? It might have been Kratos. Kratos Gods, I think, actually, that recommended. I didn't realize Endozoa was still playing. Endozoa goes way back in TESL. He's one of the OGs, with the Justin Larsons and the Charmers and things. So just really cool to see him still mixing up. And as you can see, he has lost none of his potency. He's currently number 2. So we've seen him on Live at 5 for the past 2 weeks. And so now we're spectating him for the first time here. I typically give people a GG, but usually we have a kind of a friendship going into it. We kind of know each other a little bit. I don't know Endozoa personally. We haven't really talked. And when I did send a GG, he's like, gave me a TY, thank you. So very courteous, but, wasn't necessarily, seemed disposed, wasn't necessarily interested in talking, which is totally understandable. Not what the opponent wanted to see for sure. So Endozoa is going to give us our first win of the video today. Huzzah, we got it from somewhere. We did get to trigger 2 G-Oobs. I'm pretty stoked about our G-Oob triggers. This episode is sponsored in small part by Stop Pop, the nonprofit organization that reminds you to stop putting pineapple on pizza. Also by the Legendary Remnant Discord. If you want to commiserate about the game, if you want to celebrate the game, if you want to just talk about the game or create a custom card like you're about to see now, join the Legendary Remnant Discord. Link in the description below. This game is sponsored primarily by Become Ethereal, the 2-cost action from the brain of Beaterus. As I said, it is 2-cost intelligence. Shout level 1, you become immune to damage for 1 turn. In this case, my assumption is you means the player, meaning your face cannot be hurt for 1 turn. Second stage, you cannot be damaged for 2 turns, and also third stage, you cannot be damaged for 3 turns. Again, not sure if it's a 100% thing that these do or do not stack. I don't know what the official ruling is on that. I don't know if you can play them, but you think at the very least 3 turns in a row, you don't have to worry about taking damage. Against a control deck, not a big deal. Against an aggro deck, a huge deal. I'm going to say this card, as cool as the concept is, Become Ethereal, and the artwork and everything looks great for it. Great card, great concept. Beaterus, once again, I'm going to say this is a game-breaking card at the cost that it is particularly. Now, that's my initial reaction. It's a knee-jerk reaction, so I may talk myself out of it. But, I mean, folks, any aggro opponent, it's low enough that it can be played early enough to stem off the attack from an aggro deck. And how many times have we said, if I just had 1 more turn, I just need 1 more turn. You can't be damaged at all in your face for those turns. Nothing can happen to you. So, it's better than health. It's better than so many things out there. And again, it's low cost. And it is, of course, we see it is in Telvanni colors, which, it's intelligence. Intelligence belongs to many different ones, but I'm thinking my mind automatically goes to the number one offender when it comes to control decks, and that is Telvanni. This would be a nightmare. And you could always hold. The thing is, you could level this thing up. You could level all 3 of them and have them and just play them every 3 turns, and you've got 9 possibly. Now, granted, that's kind of best case scenario. But let's just say worst case scenario with a few word walls. And how many times we see shout shenanigans going on with enough, or shout dragon happens, let's just say minimum with you're going to be able to go 5 turns without taking damage. That is huge. I don't know. I don't even know if this is, y'all can let me know. Do you think it can be balanced? Like if it costs 7 or if it costs 5, I don't think any less than 5, to be honest, because it can't be that inexpensive. And the way, and because word walls exist, because Shout Dragon or Call Dragon exists, the ways to level this thing up are pretty darn good. We see shouts getting leveled a lot. So being able to, in theory, have 9 turns off where you don't have to worry about it. That destroys your if you're like a mid-range against mid-range, ridiculous advantage. Really, the only time you are not going to get any value out of this card is if you're against control. That's it. That is the only time. Every other game that you play, every other opponent you face off against, this is going to give you a decided advantage. Especially at 2 costs, you can play that. Obviously, I don't need to tell you, but like on turn 5, you can play a creature, a decent sized creature, or whatever, and play this, and your opponent's not doing any damage. Now, it doesn't break a rune, but you're also not losing that thing. So it's not like Valen. Valen is the 3/5 where if he's on the board, when a rune breaks, you get 5 health back instead of a card. There's a negative side to it. Your opponent may be inclined, especially if they can do a lot of damage, they may just go at you knowing that they don't have to worry about prophecies or card draw. I don't know. Does he prevent prophecies as well? Like he just the rune breaks and he just heals it? I don't know. But he doesn't even heal the rune. He just heals your 5 health. So it staves off, but it can bail you out on very rare occasions. It can be just enough to get you over that hump, but most of the time it's just prolonging the inevitable. This one, it's kind of putting everything in freeze while you build a board, while you find your answers. I mean, we had some games today. This is coming in the middle of it. So we had some games, and we will have some games that you will see, where if we could have just held on for another turn or two, who knows what might have happened. I think this is a very, very interesting card. Very great idea. I like the idea. Anything that, helps the player or impacts the player ourselves is pretty darn cool. But I just think that is way, way too cheap and maybe just too much in general. I mean, maybe, like I said, somewhere between 5 and 7, I think, would be fine. It does give aggro a little bit of a chance. I mean, it can bail you out. I mean, if you play it on turn 5 and you buy yourself 1 turn, it could be worth it. Obviously, on the second one, it's 2 turns. That's a big, big deal. So yeah, I think maybe just giving it a little bit more. But y'all can let me know. I think the potential for this is far too. The implications are very dire. So anyway. But a great card in general, great thought. Maybe just make it cost a little bit. Unless I'm reading it completely wrong. But I think I'm reading it right. And I think that is superpower. Anyway, thank you so much, Beatrice, for yet another contribution. We are slowly making our way down. I think we've only got like 12 shouts left, folks. So we have more shouts, I think, in TESL than they do actually in Skyrim at this point. So anyway, thanks again. And now let's get you back to those exciting, amazing neutral related games. But yeah, it's almost like the game's like, wait a minute, you're playing a mono neutral? No, I'm sorry, that's not allowed to win. All right, so we got one person playing. I got 16 friends online, only 1 person playing. Come on, y'all. What is this? What is this? All right, you know what? Screw it. We're doing one more, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give one of this. We're gonna get rid of Soul Burst because it just is too. It's been in our hand twice now from like turn whatever, and it's absolutely useless until a lot later. So what do we want to throw in here? And you know what? This deck is hard enough to win with. Horse Armor wasn't arrogant. Like I didn't think I was going to win with it. It was just, you know what? There we go. Let's go Fabricate. That gives us a little bit of extra control. Like we can create something. What? Oh, I don't have him, do I? Oh, I can craft him. You know who I'm talking about? Machinar? Is that his name? What's that guy's name? The one who's like, behold my magnificent creation. He's a 5-drop, right? I don't know why I don't have him. Behold the perfect life form. You know what I'm talking about. Is it a 6-drop? What? I know he's not a 7. Oh yeah, he is. Oh, he's an 8. Dang. All right. Well, I'm crafting premiums these days. How did I not have him in my core? Like this is my like long-standing account. How did I not have him? I must have dusted him at one point because I know I had him. I think I dusted him because I never played him. So yeah, we're gonna try it again. Hopefully we get the we don't get the bottom of the barrel in terms of human beings. We can take a loss. We just, you want to lose to somebody with a little bit of class. But yeah, and yeah, if we go 0-3 and it's fast enough, we'll check out some more stuff. I was expecting a little more livelihood on the ladder or with our other friends, people trying to get their gauntlet runs in, but nobody's around. It's all crickets here right now. Quiet on Sunday evening TESL. This is a lot later than I actually would plan to do this. I was working on an edit earlier today. Sometimes, well, not sometimes. Anytime I get like a vision for a project, I get tunnel vision. Nothing else in my entire life matters. Even the one gal in my entire life who I could say that I 100% loved with all my heart, all that kind of stuff. When I got focused on something, now granted, she didn't care. Like she was not, like on her side, it was all a one-sided thing. So it wasn't like I was neglecting her purposefully or that it was painful for her. But like I just, like a week and a half, I was just incommunicado. And so I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, and I think she even like texted me once, and I did a quick response. I wasn't even thinking. So yeah, it's a good time when I've got vision, when I've got passion, when I've got purpose for something. It's good. Now it could be difficult if I'm ever in an actual relationship, or I have people that are depending on me on the day to day. Then I've got to try to balance it. But the great thing about being single, hey, I'm perpetually playing singleton. The good thing about being single is you can be kind of selfish, or self-centered, I should say, because really there's nothing else. I mean, granted, I have friends, good friends that I'm in. You know what? We're not desperate enough for that yet. We can throw him out next turn. Fabricate. I want to try to hold on to that as like an answer for something that we don't have. Enraged Mudcrab. I mean, this at least survives the trade, so we'll play this. I'll give it lethal. Although, you know what? Well, no, I think that one game our opponent just had all the answers for us, but there was that one where you could argue if I had the extra 2 points of damage instead of lethal, we could have won, but I think the guard was there and we weren't going to pull that off anyway. Not a lot of supports here for our vicious draw either, which kind of sucks. Wow, we can't even get. I mean, that's an interesting call. Oh, he wanted to ramp him up there. So, that really bites. Let's go with that because we can play it next turn. And we'll just go ahead and poke that there. So yeah, we don't get a favorable trade with our guy there, but he's going to hit us in the face for 5, which is going to hurt, or it's going to be moving more. So I'm guessing our custom fabbing is going to get nuked as soon as we play it. That kind of seems to be the trend. So we're going to anticipate. We're going to play it anyway because we don't really have a choice. Oh wow, Dark Harvester. Second time coming in clutch. More or less. I mean, it's not a game changer, but it is very helpful. Yeah. Let's throw this down. And I mean, like I said, if he can nuke this, it means that we're not going to. But he's just going to. If he is able to nuke that, he's going to be too big for this anyway. It doesn't matter if I traded with this or not.
Guards, to me.
Okay. That would be the first turn our opponent has not had an action since starting, if he doesn't have an action. Okay, so he does make that trade. Interesting. Just gonna play it for tempo. I don't know what supports our opponent might be running, but I'd rather have the 3/4 body down there just to try to handle whatever comes over here. And we can Knight to remember it if our opponent does get spicy or saucy and plays as support, thinking our only support removal is... Oh, disassemble. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that in here. I definitely meant to put it in here. I should probably check and make sure I did. Yeah, pretty sure I did. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure. All is quiet on the Western Front. Which is to be expected. I mean, we got a 1-1 Pilgrim. Queen Baron's Eye. I think our opponent's just trying to figure out, does he go face or does he trade? Well, there we go.
You are full of surprises.
Question asked, any answer? Seemed to figure that out pretty quick. Okay. So, hey, there's Godwell. There he is. And I honestly, sorry, I forgot what his thing is. When a rune is destroyed, okay. So we've got a ways to go before he... I shouldn't have played him yet. We got a long way to go before he actually gets anywhere. Wow. Wow. That went from not great to absolute suck. Let's do this. We get one card. Oh, that would have been so nice last turn. Or this turn. But so we'll probably silence the right lane. We'll have to make a trade in the left. See what he ends up doing. So as you can see, we've been kind of forced into playing more control, and it seems to be going well for us, unlike our previous opponents. I mean, it's just draining a ton, but it does not do you any good. Okay, so now we can't silence that. Which, I mean, just... Wait. Oh, when our rune is broken. I see. Okay. Well, that actually is going to give us exact everything we need in order to slay. So let's go ahead and do that really quick, and we will silence that, and we will throw down. We'll get Adoring Fan in circulation.
You're the best.
So our opponent is now top decking. We're going to keep it that way for a little while. Siege Crawler can come. I mean, we've got our decent late game. Mechanar is probably the play next turn.
If you need someone to cheer you on.
All right, Mechanar, what you got?
Hold my creation.
Darn you, Mechanar.
Perfect life.
Okay. Let's see. Keep a creature's guard at the end of turn. I will take that. Oh, I will take that and be thrilled. We can start getting some sweet heals.
They won't even see my blade coming.
Crying out loud. Well, hey, at least it took till turn 9. I can't complain too much. Usually that happens a lot faster.
This one is destined for greatness.
All right.
Witness my.
We could a Knight to Remember Him, but I think we're going to save that for maybe Odaving. We're going to get that in play. You know what? Let's start throwing down the big bodies. Start getting ready for a frontal assault. Did I say runny? I meant ready. Ready for a frontal assault. Okay, we're going to get another card. Opponent really doesn't have much of a choice. He is the aggressor in this matchup. Now, Dawn's Wrath does punish us pretty bad, and I'm 100% sure our opponent's running it. 100%. I will stake.
Meet your doom.
Stake, meet your doom. You see what happened there? All right, there we go. That's what we need. Yeah, more so than Siege Crawler. Let's go ahead and do that. That. We'll hold on to the Ankle Snapper.
Forgive my error. Oriel, guide me.
I forgive you, I guess. What the air? Was the air going? Oh no, wait. Okay. So another bit of taunting from our opponent, but let's see.
I'm here to assist.
So we're one away from finishing off that guy. And you know what? You could argue I should have done that first, but okay, there we go. We're gonna need that to take him out of play. Hopefully he can't hit us in the face. We don't want to get down to 10. Or 8. And playing the last card. And he's going to take out our mud crab? Feels bad. Does take out our mud crab. And down goes the guard. That's actually been very helpful. And Odaving. Well, you know what? Well, yeah, actually. No, well, wait a minute. I was going to say if I do Night to Remember, it wipes everything out. But, oh, he can't shift lanes. Dang it. He didn't give me removal. I got my own removal. But, man, I really wish I could do Night to Remember. But, we're going to wait. And, yeah, we'll get him down there. All right. I was going to wait for him, save him for the coup de grace, but we might not get a coup de grace. 11. So Siege Crawler is going to get us in a good spot. Opponent keeps putting down decent-sized bodies.
I might be your greatest fan.
Okay. All right, Siege Crawler comes down. We're not worried about silence, so I'm not going to do anything with that. Just going to put another spider down there just to make it a little bit harder in case our opponent has some way to sneak in. We do have an extra 5 damage from this guy.
We'll have to settle this the hard. We must hold the gate.
All right, what do you got? Finish off? Leaf Lurker?
Needs coin.
Nope. Okay.
He will have it.
So he can hit me twice. He's gonna kill our portcullis.
Taste Camilla's claws. Taste Camilla's claws.
All right. So, we got lethal, so let's just go for it. And boink, boink, and we give him a good game, and we have our one game. It took us several tries. Our 4 games. Did we lose one already this time around? I don't remember. We have not lost yet. Okay, so our fourth game, we got our win. So we are 100% better off than we were in our last Gauntlet run. That's a good way to look at it. Miss Music Man. A bit confusing. I guess just a big fan of the show. You don't want to play him too early. You want him to be the finisher, but we've had such crap luck with drawing the low end of our deck that I'm not going to pass up a 2-drop when it is thrust into my hand. Let us see what Miss Music Man has in store for us. I was about to say in those colors, let's see if somebody can, some poor sap can try to bastardize or make invade even in a singleton. And of course, it was a dumb question. So yeah, but this will set right in with our control motif. All right, so we'll shackle that little turd muffin. Oh, there is our dismantle. So we can dismantle this if it gets out of control. Okay.
Killing you will make an excellent story.
I'm sure it will, sir. I'm sure it will. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, you know what? I should have played Night. Well, let's see. I don't know if I want Night Mother now or not. Yeah, that was a mistake. We lost it. You know what? We're actually gonna get some We could have had an extra 2 kills, but who knows? We might be able to go somewhere with Night Mother. We'll see. Unless they're running Dismantle, it's going to stick. So it's just a matter of can we kill enough of our opponent's cards.
I'll cripple you.
All right. Interesting. Just gonna keep going at it with our mighty little shadow mirror here. Just keep plugging away, trying to get that get our little Night Mother. We must protect the Night Mother. Now it's going to be really tempting to. No, not Shadowmere. Or is she going to nuke him to try to make sure he dies? Seems to be thinking that. Maybe not. Maybe. Okay, it does. All right, so Dwarven Dynamo is going to be the. We can't do that in Knights of the Throat, unfortunately. Well, he survives this interaction, so do we really need to Dynamo it? In fact, if we silence that, but it still can do 5. We can't do both. This gives us an extra 3. That makes it 8. So it takes 7. Okay, so we do survive. And if he doesn't kill it this turn, we can Dawn Fang. But we're not worried about health at the moment.
Ominous insects, they dare face me?
Okay, probably didn't want to do that. And, I mean, Mr. Music Man not really getting... not really doing much of the invade thing there. I mean, again, we could be trying to get that Night Mother to trigger. I just don't.
Wonderful day to selling for.
You know, that's a long way. We got, 14 more of our opponent's cards, and they're going to be top decking. So we're going to go face and see what happens. Cadwell's going to get big and strong.
Prepare yourself.
Well, never mind. I have a policy, a strict no face when let's see. 2 + 1. Does this give us anything? It does not. Man. You know what? Screw it. Put a Adoring Fan down there to protect this guy. And our portcullis to protect that. So like I said, once the drain's off the board, I don't mind going face. We're not going to try to drag this out, but I'm not going to do that if I give them a card and they're going to be able to heal back up.
The sigil stone is mine to protect.
And you could argue with Invade and the way Invade does Invade, I'm actually would be justified in just playing for Night Mother.
A taste of Lord Dagon's.
So I am kind of tempted to let's see. Oh wait. Yeah, I mean we got Night Mother in play. We're gonna Night Mother if our opponent wants to concede, and they may very well do just that.
I am a hunter. I am a redeemer.
And we're gonna wait. No. All right. 9 more. There's 2 there. That's 7 left.
I will live forever.
I will live forever. Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like you're in poor health at the moment. What is he going to draw me? Oh, we have that buff thing, don't we? I want to give that to Jiu. Dynamo. Can it? What is he going to give it? 3 + 3. That's 4. Dag nabbit. And nope, dang it. Oops.
I'll slaughter you.
Oh, there we go. Duh, I keep forgetting about Jube's his thing. I keep forgetting about his ability. We're gonna hold on to these. And just hold on to that. So I mean, this game is definitely going our way, severely. Music Man is sticking with it, which I mean is fine. This is as close as I come to playing with. Well, I'm not even. The thing with Invade, you can't give them cards. You just can't do it. They have too much of a propensity to snowball.
Dagon commands your death.
All right. And our opponent's playing. This is not a. Let's see.
These beasts must die.
Well, this will be quite a romp.
Yes, it will. We're gonna do this to keep Jube alive for another turn. Don't need to worry about that. And we're gonna make our adoring fan. We're gonna give him a little power there, so he can be adoring and lethal. Where are we at here? Four more deaths. We got one. Okay, they're not gonna let us do it. That's all right. We got the concede. That's 2 wins. We got 2 wins with our neutral deck, and it was gonna be a Night Mother win. And trust me, I do not. I mean, there are some folks that are very like out of their way considerate, where they're like, they see you trying to do something like, you know, the Avatar of Akatosh or whatever it is. Like they see you trying to do something to try to win with a card that you don't typically see. And if you go out of your way to let your opponent win with that, kudos to you. But I don't expect an opponent to sit there and wait for that to happen. It's like it stings enough that you're losing, but then it's like, for crying out loud. Like I don't want to just sit around here and wait for that. So I don't blame our opponent at all for bailing on that. I would have as soon as I saw that card, unless he had to dismantle. But in a 75 card deck, what are the odds, even if you have it, of drawing it? As soon as I see that come down, it's like, oh crap. But I mean, kept pushing damage on us. We were under 20. But yeah, this second foray has proven to be much different than the last one. But not in a good way. The first game was fun. This second game was kind of because it's Invade, but it's Invade light. You know, it's Invade without as many of the garbage. A third of the garbage of the normal Invade. So Schwaaard, it's hard to want to conquer somebody named Schwaaard. But I'm sorry, Schwaaard, but I must defeat you with my
Luck to your house.
with my deck. Schwaaard does not play a card, so we will play the only card we have. Night Mother is on a timer now, but this obviously has the Shadow Fens in it. Guaranteed our opponent has to be running that. You don't run.
I stand to serve.
Yeah, all right. So we are going to need to be lethal. Going to try to take him out, but usually they have ways of throwing guards down around this guy to keep him alive. It's got a nice bit of art there. Nice bit of premiumness to it. Whoa, that was interesting. You see that? The shaft of light, it was like this, like, it's going to do it again. It was like a white line, like a bolt.
Your deck.
Oh, don't attack me. There we go. See, watch here. Oh, no. Here it comes.
Can you please help me?
Oh no. Yeah, this is all right. So we are going to get our kill here, but at what cost? Yikes. I mean, if she trades, I mean, you could say I should say that for support. Oh my gosh, she's just going to go face. We are powerless against her. She's going to live forever. I mean, we do have silence, but silencing only gets her down to a 5/5, I think, or whatever. So this is gonna start going, but we're gonna take some. It's gonna hurt first.
Just rest now.
Creepy. Okay, well that's not the worst. Nothing to Wabbajack on our side. There we go. It at least survives one trade with her. Things are getting spicy. And that Wabbajack is just sitting there waiting to nuke the next car, the next big body we play. Tiny D! Always a pleasure to see you, my little friend. Present game excluded, of course. Feels like you're stabbing me in the heart with your little
Just rest.
baby dagger-like claws. Okay, not a high roll, but not. So the question is, which one is worse? Oh no, you know what? We're just gonna do this. All right. I mean, unless our opponent's running a weapon deck, she's not going to get a ton of that particular value, unless he's got the lethal dagger. Oh, there's that item deck that we were. Yeah. Why? Ah, boy. And he's got more stuff. Just throwing it all at us. That's fine. We may just pass the turn. All right, that's not the worst. Gives him the magic that he needs to put a bunch of cards down. And we do get to play our prefect, though. He's going to Wabbajack it, but throw that out. And Slaughterfish. We're just going to protect ourselves here. We'd really like Parthenax to be Odaving right now, but as a 12 drop, it really isn't helping us either way. So does he want to use his last Wabba on our 8? There goes our support. So, yep. Luckily, we weren't banking on that. Okay. Still an 8. It's a big enough body. And we can make the trades in the left lane. I mean, our opponent's run a little bit low on cards, but so are we. And going to Wabbajack something. Hail Mary. RN Jesus, please help me. Squee. Okay, and gets a really good pull off of that. We're not going to be able to clear out this lane now. Make that trade. I mean, well, we have just enough. Adoring Fan is going to get down there. I don't think magic is going to be a concern. We got that belly G in that side. We need a way to answer that. Otherwise, we're just dead next turn.
I will keep Sothasil's people alive.
Okay. So yeah, this is just kind of like the inverse of our last game. Rich just getting richer. Like last game, we just kept getting the good stuff. That would have helped if we had something alive. So we can. Yeah. I mean, that does still leave Galen alive, and that's 4 damage from that side. That's 5. So that's, well, right now we're not dead. We have 1 health left. Unless our opponent has another weapon. I summon it into existence just by speaking. Behold. There. Okay. And go ahead and throw that. No, don't. No. Lightning bolt then. No, Moose. Okay. So drawn more cards. So we are, I think, just going to lay it down now. Yep. Yeah.
Favor me.
No need to taunt Squeebert. For crying out loud, dude.
I bow to your
Oh man. Okay, so Sunday night, folks. Sunday night, either you're dealing with infants, like you're dealing with like 11-year-old kids who just have the maturity and class of an 11-year-old, or just the dregs of human society. You wouldn't think. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is about Sunday night. At least this particular Sunday night, we have more jackass opponents than kosher ones. Which again, it just bums you out because like there's no need for it. Humanity, we do not need like there is no call, there's no demand for jerks. What was that joke? I think it's an Adam Sandler joke. It's like, hey, the jerk store called. They're running out of you. Or then maybe that's oh crap. Well, it's one of those guys, one of the classics. But it's like there is no jerk store. There is no need to bolster the inventory of jerks in the world. Like your life doesn't get better. Nobody else's life gets better. In fact, it gets decidedly worse. Like you have to go out of your way to be a jerk. No, we're gonna wait. I was gonna ring out something just because oh wait, did we greet our opponent yet?
luck to your house.
All right, so we are gonna go ahead and throw down our mud crab, make him think we're aggressive, and maybe we'll end up being aggressive. It hasn't really worked well for us so far, but I don't learn my lesson. Okay, so it is definitely an aggro deck, so we are gonna poke. We're gonna wait on Fabricate. We're going to procrastinate on Fabricate.
I live for this.
Okie dokie. All right. So we're definitely not giving our opponent a card. For Inu. Oh, there we go. That's probably not what our opponent wants to see. Bring it out. So go ahead and give us that card, my friend, and hopefully our little our Inu. By the way, Inu mentioned it in the comments, but I just put it out there for I think the last. Oh my gosh, Dark Harvester. Okay, one thing I gotta say, that card has been aces this entire day. 3 appearances from the Dark Harvester, or as Justin would call it, the Dank Harvester. Bit of a difference. One insinuates kind of like a moldy type thing. Okay, and there goes our little. It's still a 4/4, which at this point, like I said, I'm not really sold on backing off. So we're just gonna do it. We've got 2 decent sized bodies on the ground, on the floor. We don't have anything in the wings, so we are setting ourselves up for a precarious spot, especially if Hand of Dagoth comes down. That we don't really have an answer for. Well, nope, Dismantle doesn't work. Yeah, Hand of Dagoth is going to be a problem. If our opponent can draw the 1 copy he has in 75 cards. Archangel S7Z7. Cool. So he's pondering. As well you must when your opponent shifts gears. Like I am bluffing.
Let's heat things up.
I don't have the cards in my hand to. All right, well there's some kind of support. And you know what? We're gonna try to push that damage. We really need our opponent to hit us in the face. Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me. I thought about doing like starting to make clips that I can throw in here. But then I realized it's a lot of work. True story. I did that, like you can see the earlier ones, I did a lot of that kind of stuff, but I mean, it adds so much production time or so much editing time. There it is. Freaking A, man.
You have made your end.
They
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Journey, of course, just kind of a dead card in our hands right now. But there it is. There it is. Somebody's been practicing their draws. Oh my gosh, it just gets better. All right, so that's pretty much dead. That's pretty much dead. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, I don't see a unless we pull off the sign. But even if we silence, it's not gonna do anything. Maybe. But it doesn't have any.
I'll fight to my last breath.
It's a bunch of fanciness that doesn't really amount to much, but yeah, I don't. You know what? This game is over. Like even if we were to get a thing, we're not going to pull this off. So we'll just give it a good game. I am running low on patience and yeah. And just enthusiasm. I mean, we got some wins. So I'm pleased with that. 2 wins. But I am ready to be done with this rather punishing evening. And I'm not going to sit there and just circle the drain for the next 4 turns or 3 turns. We probably wouldn't have lasted that long. Yeah. And for all knowing our luck, our opponent was had Dagoth waiting on turn 12. As well, because hey, when you've got 75 cards, why wouldn't you draw the best stuff? Like that is the one. The Hand of Dagoth is like the one card, like the coup de grace for Dagoth. Most decks that run it, like that's a big card in the middle of the game, and boy howdy, 1 out of 75, man. Oof. But what's the point of bemoaning RNG, right, folks? We know what it is. It is what it is. Never has that phrase been more apropos. Come on, game. There we go. Okay. I was like, please don't make me. Like, I don't want to keep doing this. Let me live. You give me a. Well, actually, no. Well, okay. So I'm not going to throw the game, but I will concede if we are getting. If we have a game just like the other one, I'm not going to prolong the inevitable. Obviously, a win feels good,
Luck to your house.
but it does prolong the agony a little bit. So we'll see how Lorifist does.
Great.
Lorifist, the most we can hope for. We got a nice greeting back. The most I want out of this game is just a nice end. However it goes, a good game would be nice. Have us both be in the mix, get us both down to under 10 health.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back. Feel my wrath.
Okay, I will. That's another guy that's been showing up on the regular. This little turd muffin right here, assembled sanitizer. He's definitely getting his face time.
Easy as hunting a red skin.
Okay.
As long as I draw breath, the power is mine.
All right, so does not look like we are going to get that close game we were hoping for. If our opponent was running short on cards, I might have a little more hope, but right now it's a little too dicey.
Come and warm yourself.
Not helping. All right, do we mud crab?
Mud crab, merchant.
We do have a dragon.
Mouth paw.
It's a bigger body, so we'll take that. Get that out of the way. Oh shit! No, we're not gonna hit face. We're not gonna hit face. Ooh, we don't want to be attacked by Cadwell either. Yikes. All right, we'll throw a guard down here. I'm trying to think, like, what would K Fluffy do? Like, I watch so many guys, and I always talk about them turning. But I mean, I think you just have to have the cards, and we do have a nice smattering of cards to play if we do like hit a prophecy, or just to kind of match whatever our opponent does. So that might be a dragon aspect target. I didn't say so. That would be as a sequitur to what I was saying before. That was just a random thought. I should have just said that might be a. Okay, it's a 4/3. It dies. Okay. All right. We now no longer have the board that we were planning to press our advantage with. And so we will just. Hopefully Cadwell does not attack us. That would really suck. We may experience death by Cadwell. Yes, please put something in the field lane because I want to trade him very quickly. Please. Please. All right, Mew Mud Crab Merchant, we're going all the way. We're going to take it to him, Mud Crab Merchant, you and I. Well, that's what we're going to do. Razzle-ma-dazzle-ma-dazzle-ma-dazzle-ma-dazzle.
This one won.
Not thrilled. What? Oh, for crying out loud. Why would you give him card draw game? Jeez Louise. Oh, well, here's the answer because, oh, well, that's only a 1+1. So we're going to have to Dragon Aspect. We're going to take another point of damage, draw another card. And so we're going to have to go face, because our opponent has now a draw. Throw down GU2. We may have been a little late in the transition. Maybe one more turn. Well, no, because he took out our other one. So we not Geub. Oh, jerk face, jerk face.
And now for a practical demonstration. Here's how it's done.
Okay. So.
Wonderful day to selling wolves, wouldn't you say?
I should have given that to my mud crab. But all right, so no prophecy for our opponent, but Tazcat is a danger. Came out pretty quick. I'm guessing it's a charger. Cliff Racer. Okay, Snack. It's not the worst. That's not great. And that's also not great. Wow. Alright, so we're just going to do this. And our opponent's down to 10, so we just drained. Okay.
If I fall,
Right, of course. I mean, we will get 4 health back as long as... Oh, no, we're going to... Oh, my gosh.
I'm ready for anything.
Oh, my gosh. What crap is this? All right, so... Wait, oh, I have the wrong one.
I'll fight to my last breath.
It's going to be able to do 2. We can't. Nope, I screwed up. He's going to be able to, well, he's going to be able to do 4, yeah.
You're going down.
And he's got another charger, I guess. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good game. All right, well, actually, very glad to have lost that one. I was, like I said, I've hit the fatigue. I was kind of there a little bit earlier, but we did get 2 wins, and we had a couple close losses. So I wouldn't say pleased with it, but like I said, I kind of expected that. It's just, yeah, that's just the way it goes. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, as best as you can, if you summon all the fortitude you can when you have a day like today, you just keep playing.